hours in my class would be pointless for you.
I agree.
I think I'm going to recommend to the court that we double your time.
What do you mean?
Let me explain something, Dave. There are two kinds of angry people. Explosive and implosive. Explosive is the kind of individual that you see screaming at the cashier for not taking their coupons. Implosive is the cashier who remains quiet day after day and finally shoots everyone in the store. You're the cashier.
No. I'm the guy hiding in the frozen food section dialing 911, I swear.
Classic scene, huh? Yeah. If you're anything like me, you can relate to this. This is Anger Management with Jack Nicholson and our good buddy Adam Sandler. Excellent movie, one of my favorites. And it's talking about which type are you, implosive or explosive. If you've got any anger issues at all, you can relate to this scene, okay? And I have. You know, sometimes I'm both of those. Sometimes I'm the angry customer, and sometimes I'm the clerk, ready to shoot everybody in the store if things get so bad and I've tolerated too much. Right now, where I am, I've got a lot of rage stored up, a lot of anger, and that's going to be today's topic: is how do we deal with that anger and underlying rage in recovery without sexualizing, without acting out or acting in because of the rage, the anger, the violence. So, anytime we're coming off of a substance that produces such a dopamine rush, serotonin, dopamine, all that fun stuff, anything that gives us a hit, we can take a hit from, get a buzz or whatever, whether it's shame or excitement or alcohol, drugs, whatever it might be, porn and masturbation. When we're coming off of these things, we are going to be irritable, restless, and discontent because that we're taking our drug away, okay? And so we're going to be raw. And they always talk about this in Alcoholics Anonymous. You're going to feel better. Oh yeah, you're going to feel everything better. As soon as you come off that booze, it's no holds barred. You're going to be pissed at the world, and that's normal. Just remember, when you're coming off a substance, a drug, a person, PNM, porn, masturbation, or whatever it is you're coming off of, codependence, there's withdrawal, and when you're going through the withdrawal process, your emotions are raw. Like I've been saying that, I've been repeating myself, but I can't really get it across any other way. It's extremely important to recognize, first of all, that it's there, recognize it is there, and that it's normal. And some of your parts are going to try to take over. The angry parts are going to try to take over and run the show. And that's going to make you have really, really poor relationships with people, strangers especially. I had an interaction the other day. There was this guy swaggering around, probably either American or British, very arrogant, and he had his shirt basically like this. He had his shirt was hanging on, his sleeves were out, basically. I mean, his arms were not in the sleeves, and he had his shirt, so you could see his belly there, his core, and he wanted to show off his core. Look, in Thailand, you don't do that. That's a no-no, especially not with all the temples around. It's extremely disrespectful. This guy was shitting all over the culture by pulling this little behavior, this little shenanigan, thinking he was big shot, tough guy, hot or whatever, and wanted to show off to the girls. I wanted to knock this guy's block off. So I took my shirt like this and I tugged it down like that, like, hey, pull your shirt down, dumbass. You don't do that here. I didn't say that, but I motioned, and he just completely ignored me. I wanted to challenge him to a fight. Maybe he was even Muay Thai guy. It didn't matter. I just wanted to go at him, And you got to be careful here because you never know who's practicing Muay Thai. It might just roundhouse you, freaking kill you. It didn't matter. It was disrespectful, and I let my anger start to brew in there, and I was ready to attack him. Just to clock him, just to bloody him. Even if I lost the fight, he was going to get it too. And that's not a part I need to be disgusted by. That's what we have to remember. That's probably part of a blended exile, maybe a warrior part, an exile part. That's a teenager part. That's still frozen in time, that we've got to use violence to solve problems. And those parts think we're still in high school or whatever, and we've got to fight and prove ourselves, to show we're tough too. Those are frozen in time. Those are probably exiles. But we can use those parts and bring them into the room and talk and say, okay, show me, help you, exile part. I want to bring you back into our psyche and integrate you. So what can you do for me? Let's channel that hatred, that anger, that rage that we're having because we're in withdrawal from whatever we are withdrawing from. And let's use that and bring other exiles back into our psyche. Let's integrate other exiles. That's one way that we can do this. Now, when you find yourself getting angry, another thing that you can do, excuse me, is you can pray and meditate. You can exercise. You can talk to a therapist, do an outreach call with a buddy, call a program person, recovery person. Tell them, hey, I'm angry, I'm pissed off, I want to lash out at people, I want to hurt myself or whatever. And just talk about it. Talk about it. Pray and meditate. I'm going this morning. My routine is do a video, go get my breakfast, eat at the temple, in the temple grounds, and then go inside and meditate for about 45 minutes to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And that helps me get grounded. And generally, my anger goes away some by doing that. Exercise would help, but I've not been exercising. That does help because it wears you down and you don't have the energy to want to fight anybody, period. Some would say sex, but if you're a sex and love addict, no, don't do that, because that's not a way to do it. Just like an alcoholic cannot drink alcohol to relax, but normal people can. A sex and love addict cannot use sex to relax. Other people can. So, there are things you can do that are going to be helpful to push away from the anger. Also, like I said, remember it's normal. Feel the anger, okay? We don't want to run from the anger. We want to also feel it, because as adult children, we probably didn't have the right to feel our anger as children, as kids growing up, because it was always said, don't you dare get angry with me. Don't you raise your voice. Hey, don't you dare, like this. And you were prevented from being angry. In our family, we were shamed a little bit when we got angry. My older brother had a fit where he's clenching his fists. He's like, he's so pissed. My grandma said, I'm going to take a picture of you. So it was shame-based approach to dealing with anger. She took a picture of him to shame his anger. You don't shame anger. My anger was shamed also. I'm not blaming people. I'm talking here. I'm just stating facts. Look, anybody who hears this, please don't be offended. I am not blaming you. It's what happened. It just is what it is. But it was not the proper approach. You cannot shame anger, because in the end, it gets internalized, and then you get to say, well, my anger is no good. But anger is healthy. It is normal. We just have to channel it properly. And there are tactics we can use, like I've already mentioned. Deep breathing, meditation, exercise, talking to others, therapy. Punching a pillow. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. The Muay Thai, I haven't even tried it yet. I probably will before I leave, but Muay Thai is another way. So there's all kinds of wonderful, wonderful techniques. And acknowledge that your anger is normal and healthy, and it's probably also a sign that something's wrong. Sometimes anger can be used as your body is telling you, like I mentioned in the other video, your body is telling you something's wrong. Or there's an injustice. There's righteous anger. There's an injustice, that you might want to address. And we need anger for that. Hell, even in the Bible, Jesus got angry and threw all the tables around, turned the tables, tipped them over when all the people were trying to sell that crap in the temple. He was pissed about it. It's righteous anger. Even Jesus did. So, I guess that's all I have today. I hope this helps, but dealing with anger is a tricky business in recovery. And keep going. You guys are doing great. Until next time, all the best.